So I'm going to quickly have to think about how these matches went with Fuzerin tiimi in the previous week, or well, in the first tournament, because I remember a lot of cool plays, a lot of great plays, um, but I'm not quite sure which heroes they did prefer. So we're going to have to see and see if my memory won't fail me on this. But it's going to be a very interesting match, that's for sure. As these were last teams, the first week's winners who actually won against Out of Milk in their final best of three. They didn't come to defend during the second week, so Out of Milk did manage to grab that win. But we'll have to see if they're able to get revenge on Fuzerin tiimi this week.
10 seconds remaining.
With the first bans coming out, both the Night Stalker as well as the Doom are out of it for this evening, or at least this match.
Yeah, and again, for the YouTube, this is the Esportwall tournament, and now we are commentating with my good friend Roel. And yeah, it's the second game of today's championship for 25 euros that is held weekly, and we are commentating team Fuzerin tiimi and Buusteri.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so the second round, we've just had our first match. You can probably find that one as well on his YouTube channel. It's a great match, should be good fun to see. We're going into the bans. The last two bans are both the Darkseer as well as the Shadow Fiend. I do remember the Slart. Yeah, there we go. The Slart are coming out from Fuzerin tiimi. I was about to comment on it. That was one of the heroes I do recall them using quite a bit. They like to run it with something like the Spirit Breaker. They like to run the Queen of Pain as a core, which was very interesting. Used very, very aggressively.
Sorry, I dropped out a little bit of the cast because of chatting a little bit with the guys on Twitch, and looking forward to the second game. The first game was great. Out of Milk shown really nice plays by Wingblade Windranger and Ember Spirit by Sexy Skull. And yeah, looking forward to this game, so it will be the same kind of high performance as the last one.
Oh, the Queen of Pain does end up getting picked up by Buusteri, which is some sort of a bug pick, but they end up picking the Bane instead. Some very nice picks coming out. It's the offlane and one support by Team Fuzerin, and I'm actually expecting this to be 2 cores already picked up by Buusteri, which is quite alarming, to be honest.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be really hard for them to get ahead in this drafting game, as the captain of Team Fuzerin is pretty damn good at drafting, as I might say. So they end up banning the Dazzle, and in return, Buusteri ends up banning the Windranger.
Well, they saw what Windranger probably can do last game.
Yeah, and like we've discussed before, just having that amplified damage with the Windranger, he doesn't need that much to do quite a bit of damage, so they don't want to have that combo. In return, Fuzerin bans out the Undying, fearing some aggressive laning with the Queen of Pain and the Tusk.
10 seconds remaining.
Because you can dive a lot if you have a Dazzle with a Tusk and a Queen of Pain, or with that Undying. So they don't want to get them diving underneath their towers, so they end up banning both those heroes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to see what kind of control Fuzerin picks up for this Queen of Pain, or if they're just gonna find a nice mid matchup and just make sure that they win it. I remember the Dragon Knight also being something that Fuzerin likes to pick up, just being very, very tanky, having that burst and being able to push down some towers. Also having that range stun in Dragon form was something they really liked. And the banning the Alchemist. So we're gonna have to see what kind of picks we see in the second phase.
Well, there is a Wyvern available, a Dazzle as a strong support. Oh, Dazzle is banned, sorry guys. Well, Winter Wyvern is available, and yeah, it could be great for Buusteri because of the Slardar, you know. And yeah, we will see. I'm thinking that the third pick would be great, a support, like maybe something aggressive. Oh, Beastmaster. This is
Oh
interesting.
wow. Beastmaster, very versatile hero. We're gonna have to see where he goes. He can be used in the offlane, might even be put in mid, or they might even try and put him in this 1v1 setup against the Slardar. With the boars, he should be able to win that matchup. So we're gonna have to see what Fuzerin does with the rest of their draft before they commit. For now, I'm expecting Buusteri to pick up an additional support in a second. Might even end up picking that Winter Wyvern if Fuzerin doesn't pick it up here. To just have that option of going aggressive with the Tusk, the Wyvern, and whatever is left.
Yes. Well, Beastmaster we saw last tournament, right? By Out of Milk, as I remember.
Yeah, Out of Milk had that mid Beastmaster.
Yeah, and it was really good with the micro skills.
Yeah, they were. He was 1v1 on mid versus another melee, and like we said, very punishing. If you have a couple of these boars up, the Beastmaster will always win that 1v1 matchup. So if Fuzerin decides to go too defensive right now, I'm expecting Buusteri to switch it up, go for the aggressive, have that Beastmaster solo versus the Slardar, and just pick up an aggressive lane.
Yep.
The way to counter that for Team Fuzerin or Fuzerin tiimi is just to make sure that they are able to go aggressive. And they end up picking up the Gyrocopter, so they don't show their lanes just yet, which I like, because they don't know what Buusteri is going to be planning. And like I said, I'm expecting them to pick up some support that can go on the aggressive, but can be very defensive as well. So the Winter Wyvern comes to mind, having that Splinter Blast or just having that Cold Embrace will really secure their supports, and they'll end up still having that one extra, their pick for their core.
Yeah, pretty decent actually. Strategical thinking, sorry.
But if they do end up picking the Winter Wyvern, or they might just end up picking a Juggernaut already to show that core, they're actually going for a Silencer. Because if they did end up picking one of those two healers, I'd suggest just picking up that that AA for Fuzerin to be a nice little counter. But wow, that Silencer is showing that they are going for the aggressive. The Silencer as well as the Tusk, having that Beastmaster going 1-on-1 against the Slardar, and have that Queen of Pain going mid.
So how do you think, what are Beastmaster's chances against a Slardar?
Beastmaster should win that matchup.
With the boars and not giving Slardar.
Yeah, because of the boars having that constant slow as soon as he gets a bit of levels, should also be able to just last hit with them a bit if he struggles at first.
And
But he'll end up having a draw or just winning, and in case of a Beastmaster or a Slardar, the Beastmaster will just be of more use.
I think too the Beastmaster is actually a little bit stronger because of the boars on the lane, and even if he will decide like to go, you know, for the passive more than the access, and with two boars he can outpush the lane if he will be like a situation in 101 against the Slardar, because Slardar is not the best like defense hero, you know, and Beastmaster with the passive can actually make a pretty decent pushing. And Earthshaker, yeah, and a great
So,
defensive pick.
A great defensive support indeed. So we're looking, Team Buusteri is looking to ban out a mid hero against their Queen of Pain, and Team Fusion is going to have to. Yeah, that's the problem though. Like having the Tusk and a Silencer, that Silencer can actually go into that one Laurel and just go and farm aggressively, or they can just pick up a support. So, like if either gets banned, if they start banning supports, they might just pick up a carry. If they start banning carries, they might just pick up a support. So it's great Great drafting coming out from Buusteri, who end up banning the Viper, a very nice lane dominator. Doesn't care if he's silenced, is pretty damn tanky. So that would be a hero that Fuzerin would have loved to pick up. But unfortunately, it gets banned out.
Yeah, nice ban.
And they end up banning the Lich. So they end up banning that aggressive support. Always pulls the lane back a bit if you're in that defensive tri lane. And we'll have to see what they end up picking for that. If they end up picking a carrot, yeah, they're going for the Wraith King. Although Wraith King can still be a support, but I'm expecting the Silencer to be the support in an aggressive tri lane with the Tusk and the Wraith King. One of the heroes I'd say would be nice for Fuzerin to pick up now if they have to play for it would be the Invoker. Going Quaswex, gives a lot of control, has that EMP to take care of the Wraith King's
with the
mana.
Bane, it's like will be really hard for the Wraith King.
Yeah, and it's not really a hard lineup. And
Yeah,
there we go, we have the
man,
Invoker.
we are really good at predicting these picks actually.
We're on a roll indeed.
Yeah, we like the last time we predicted like 30% of the picks, and now you're really on the roll with the picks and bans. And yeah, let's introduce the teams.
Yeah, so on the Team Fuzerin, on the Radiant side, we have Lallis playing Gyrocopter, QBDB on the Bane, River May Cry playing that Earthshaker, and we have Svekt on the Invoker, whilst Extreme Worry goes onto the Slardar for that offlane. As for the Dire side, we have Michelangelo playing that Wraith King, currently running towards that safe lane, with AO on the Silencer and Ulovs playing that Queen of Pain. We have Muka playing that Tusk, and we have Ralphik playing that offlane Beastmaster. So they're not going aggressive, they're just going to play their defensive tri lane against whatever comes to mind. A blocking ward comes out from the Slardar, as he does get pinged out, but I don't think they have the vision. They just think he's going to be walking there, but he's already gone. Sentry on the in the bag for Tuskar.
And I'm really interested, will Tuskar guess the position of the observer ward? Because, you know, this kind of observer ward is actually hard to guess.
Yeah, this is not the one you usually go for.
Yeah.
You usually end up placing one either here on the bottom, playing one in the woods here,
Yeah.
or just blocking out like the other camp by placing either of these wards. So usually we'll have someone place a sentry ward in this general area, which on to the left, which will mean that they don't usually find that one.
And the Silencer has one sentry ward too, so yeah, maybe they will guess, but...
Yeah, so far they've placed the lane ward. They probably checked Slardar's inventory. He doesn't have his slots all weird, so they don't know if he's already had this ward. The ward didn't even block the camp.
Yeah, and
Oh,
the
wait,
guys
stun.
initiate on Slardar.
Stun has already come out. Last
And
word
the
comes
wall.
out. And there we have the
Oh.
miss. Very nicely done by Extreme Warrior. Just guessing that the shards will go, already splitting off to the right side, and just ends up dodging those last few hits.
You know, maybe Snowball would be more relevant in that situation.
It would have been a kill if you had the snowball indeed.
Yeah, and,
Meanwhile, on mid,
Queen
Queen of Pain getting heavily harassed, already going down to 80 HP. A Sunstrike comes out, but Queen of Pain just walked back while he had his salve up. But this is a very nice start here for this Invoker on this middle lane, who started off by one level in Exort, which is something most Invokers tend to do these days.
You know,
But I'm expecting
maybe
him to go 1-1-1 and transition into that Quaswex.
maybe he will, you know, decide like to go for a Necronomicon build that is actually viable in this situation. You know, you don't have a strong defending lineup by Team Dire. Except of Queen of Pain and maybe the Axis, you don't have tools to defend.
Yeah, and if you do end up killing those Necronomicons, then that would end up taking a lot of damage.
Yeah,
So
and
it's something-
against the Wraith King it is very viable.
Well, he did pick up that level in Wex, so he does have the alacrity. He's going to transition into that Quas Wex. So we won't be seeing a Quas Exort with that build up. Meanwhile, Beastmaster found a bounty rune up bottom, getting quite a bit of experience, already halfway towards level 3. While Slardar also has quite a bit of bit of that XP. Picks up an invisibility room, but there's already a sentry one.
Yeah.
So if he gets too comfortable with that invis, trying to soak as much XP as he can, he's going to end up dying. Oh, he does end up trying to pull the side lane. Shards come out and he does get blocked
He
off.
can die now.
Stun comes out. I don't think he can survive. No, there we go. First blood goes to Michelangelo on the Wraithing and 2 int for the silence. If you die too many times at the start, you're gonna end up having mana issues later on in this game. Ping comes out for the Slardar, showing the ward. I don't know what he's trying to do with it, but the silencer is standing right on top of it, and he's going to be stacking that little camp.
And I don't know. Actually, the ward should block the camp.
It's probably just out of it. Like there's a little box.
Yeah.
And it must be on the edge, just out of the edge. So slight misplace, or he's just using it to spot out any rotations as well as the pull, so he knows when he can safely pull.
And mid lane, Quop can die. No, Quops gets a great kill on Invoker and dies to the creeps.
I didn't end up seeing the end of that, seeing Invoker die to the rest of it,
But Queen of Pain wins like the experience, so yeah, she is like ahead a bit.
Well, Queen of Pain does win, getting that experience, being slightly ahead in XP, but the Invoker being 10 out of 10 and 10 in last hits and denies to opposed to the 6 and 4 by Queen of Pain makes it still makes it a very hard lane for this Queen of Pain to end up winning.
Queen of Pain would have a better like time on mid if she would like learn 2 times the Shadow Strike.
Yeah, she does end up going aggressive on the Invoker, aggressive blink forward.
And that's a mistake.
Cold Snap, Electricity comes up, a few right clicks, and this Queen of Pain, but the Queen of Pain has a bottle, and the Invoker is almost out of reach and only has a few tangos while the Tusk comes rolling in from the top. It's ready with those shards.
Well,
doesn't end up throwing them, ends up waiting a very long time.
Initiation!
Rolls up, Queen of Pain blinks in, but there's a defensive TP from the Bane who ends up picking up the Tusk with the extra tower damage. Queen of Pain just now battling it up.
Well, it's worth it.
It's a worthwhile trade, but then again, the Bane getting all that XP. If he gets a quick level 6, you're gonna end up having problems as Team Buusteri. So it's okay for the Queen of Pain. Gets in a bit ahead over the Invoker, but having a Bane with levels might end up getting that advantage back later on. Meanwhile, Slardar again on the top lane dies to the last hit by Silencer. Another 2 intelligence lost.
And this intelligence can play a fool's game with Slardar. Not
Slardar, luckily for him, doesn't have that much mana to use.
Yeah, well, the first skill doesn't require mana.
Exactly, he only needs its first crush as well as his ultimate. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going aggressive again. Slardar actually TP bot, got a crush onto the Tusk. Cold Snap comes out as well as the Fissure, so this should be the end of the Tusk.
No, he survives.
He has too much regen. 9.2 after using a Tango. Throws out his shards. Does end up blocking the Earthshake. Not in the way he intended, but he's still stuck nonetheless. Waiting for that rune. Who will spawn up in a few seconds. Unfortunately for Queen of Pain, he won't be able to get that one as there's already 6 heroes here in the mid lane. A sleep comes out to the Queen of Pain. And the Brain Sap will just take him some damage. Queen of Pain will quickly run bottom to find that bottom rune to fill up that bottle.
And she will get a bounty rune. And Earthshaker just roaming. I don't know, Earthshaker should probably go to his Gyro, because Gyro is without regen. He will like use his healing salve, and yeah, it can be a potential kill on him right now.
Yeah, so the Wraith King is now level 6 and does have his ultimate up. There's a level 7 for the Queen of Pain, while the Invoker's only level 5. Who's now already up to level 6, but the Gyro Cup does make up for that, being level 7. But he does end up going down to the Beastmaster as well as the Tusk.
Yeah, the Boar does the job good.
Level 2 Boar and level 2 Wild Axes manages to get him, just with a level 4 Tusk rolling in. I was not expecting the Gyrocopter to die in that lane anytime soon, but I guess he just got a bit cocky.
Yes, he did.
Meanwhile, on top lane, Silencer just waiting in the side, waiting for that Slaughter to just move slightly too far forward as the Wraith King has a level 4 stun ready.
And you know, with the level 2 of Gloves of Wisdom, that's a lot of pure damage on Slaughter, and you know, with his second level in Sprint, he gets like 15%
Meanwhile,
additional damage.
Tusk just TP'd into the middle,
And yeah.
opened up, filled up the bottle for Queen of Pain, threw out the shards and rolled in. Already had the dust ready because Invoker went in this, and eventually the Sonic Wave came out to finish off the Invoker.
Yeah, and great rotations by Buusteri. Really,
Yeah, the Tusk is really paying off for them.
yeah, really great rotations, and you know, when someone has the ultimate, they use it almost 100%, and it's.
I just
it's good.
scrolled out a bit to show these 3 stacks in the Radiant jungle,
Yeah.
as you can see. There's a triple stack over to the left. There's a double, also a triple stack over to the right, and there's the minicamp hasn't been stacked yet. But that's something that the Gyrocopter will end up taking out in a few seconds once he gets his cooldown, and once they get rid of this Beastmaster for a bit. He's
Well-
currently harassing out the Earthshaker with his level 3 board.
Beastmaster with the boar, with the haste, level 5, can actually do a lot of problems.
Yeah, but the problem is getting too close to that Gyrocopter with the Rocket Barrage will end up costing him his life, most likely. The Tusk has already rotated bottom as well. So we're gonna have to see how aggressive they want to go. So while the Invoker got shot down pretty heavily by already going down 3 times, he is still ahead of the CS with the Queen of Pain. D-Ward coming out from mid onto the Sentry, but the Sentry's just out of range for that uphill ward. Meanwhile, the Silencer has also rotated down to bottom, and Haste has been activated, so they're looking to go aggressive. A ping comes out from the Earthshaker.
And they can manage a kill.
Nova comes out. If there's a very well-placed Fisher, this could... No, he doesn't have the mana in time. Cooldown comes down. They do end up taking out 2. And the Gyrocopter does end up going down, unfortunately.
And it's a trade, you know, advantage for the Radiant, because they got 700 gold, and yeah, you know, Gyrocopter can catch up with the stacks.
Yes, definitely. So giving away 2 of those kills is quite heavily, but I think that Silencer did manage to get that in. Yes, he did manage to get the end off the Gyrocopter, as he did die after the Gyrocopter had already died. So still 2 in, still something, and Gyrocopter's just gonna run and try and take these stacks. He'll probably end up buying the Helm of the Dominator and quickly build some extra stacks of his own.
Yeah, and as you pointed out, Invoker switched actually to the Quas Wax, and that will be no, you know, Necronomicon Invoker, it will be a Urn Orchid Invoker.
Yeah, so the Wraith King already up to 2.8k. You'll either pick up a Blink Dagger quickly or decide, well, I'm going for a bit late game, gonna be that front liner they want to kill, and just go for a Radiance. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Tusk actually got zoned out a bit, but wasn't in tower range.
And Earthshaker didn't see his mana, he thought he will give a Fisher and an Echo Slam, but he had not enough mana for that.
Yeah, he didn't have enough mana on bottom, or that fight would have gone a bit different as well, as he was just getting his mana back at the time. So another death for this Invoker, another kill going the way, 2 kills actually going the way of the Queen of Pain, who now has boots as well as 1k to her name.
Yeah, and she is like leading in net worth wise like 1.7k, and if you watch on Wraith King, he has 3.2k on his hands. Oh.
Yeah, the Wraith King is definitely gonna be going for that that Radiance, I think.
You think? Well, I don't know, I would make a stats build, like, because, you know, Ban and Invoker can be a problem.
It can, yeah. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, I missed that. There's
But this Queen of Pain just owns the enemy team. And yeah, it's a really dominating performance by the Dire. They are leading 4k in net worth.
It's mostly scrappy fights though.
Yeah.
As this game progresses, this Quaswex Invoker with the cooldown as well as the Earthshaker, they have the superior team fight. As long as the Silence doesn't get timed out pretty quickly, Tusk ends up going very low, Silence comes out, and they do manage to pick up that Earthshaker before Tusk ends
And
up going
Bane.
down. The Tornado might even clip. The Tornado just wasn't far enough. EMP comes down, Silencer toggles to sleep, takes it out. Slarda gets a crush onto the Queen of Pain, who blinks over. Gyrocopter meanwhile takes out the Silencer, and they're looking for this Basemaster who already used his roar. Gyrocopter just firing up this boar. Invoker ends up taking the kill on the Beastmaster as the Slarda got another crush off, and that's a very nice swing.
Yeah,
That's
it's
one
a
thing
good
to say,
trade.
right? So if they take another few of these fights, having that all those kills doesn't really do anything if you're not translating into items, not translating it into towers. It's just this Wraith King now trying to take this top tower, gets it. But still has his ultimate as well as a stun. Meanwhile, 3-person rotation. Stun goes out to the Earthshaker. But the EMP, it will take down all of his mana, and he doesn't have a stick. So that's the end of the Wraith King, who has already picked up a Sacred Relic. He's only 1k away from that Radiance, but it's still not something you want to give away. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Beastmaster runs in, has
With the
22
Quap.
seconds cooldown on his roar, has his boar out, but the boar is just not fast enough.
You know, the Dire team are overextending. They got in the early game a really great lead, and now everything that they do is overextension. Too confident, as my
Yeah,
opinion goes.
They got too cocky. Meanwhile, they're now rotating into that lane again. Queen of Pain wants to
Oh, top lane.
try and ambush someone as this Beastmaster is already ready. Meanwhile, on top lane, Slarda taking a lot of damage, but should be able to get out. We have the shards coming out in just a second, but I don't think he'll have
No,
the
they
range.
will
No,
not
he
range.
doesn't have close to the range. Invoker picks up a regen rune, already has that urn, so he has something. And gets most of his items flown in, so he does end up having one of those Oblivion staffs as well. So he's about tied with the Queen of Pain right now. He's only 400 behind.
I don't know one thing why Gyro went for the
Tornado?
Dominator, you know, cause there is a co-op with the Sonic Wave, Beastmaster, Silencer, and Tuskar. You should get your survivability, like.
Yeah, I can see that, but like he has his creep already ready, but near the Ancient, he's already used it, stacked quite well. And if somewhere during the fight you end up, like you can just dominate the Hawk or dominate one of the boars, and
Maybe.
it gives you great advantage during one of those team fights. Like if you're in a team fight and you're fighting and there's a boar just being very, very annoying, just dominate,
Yes.
and then you have your own boar, and they're
Yes.
going to be annoying. The Wraith King is not going to be happy once he gets that boar on his ass.
No, he will not. He is not so mobile with the Sacred Relic. He is twice not so mobile, you know, no drums, no nothing, no blink. And
He
yeah,
doesn't- His biggest mistake is not picking up that magic wand so far.
Yeah.
Because that could have prevented him from dying without his ultimate. The grip comes out onto the Beastmaster, but instantly gets silenced by the Silencer ultimate. Gyrocopter wants to throw his cooldown, has to wait a bit, does manage to get it off. It's both the Beastmaster and the Silencer, but Queen of Pain jumps in, throws out the Sonic Wave, takes him out. Meanwhile, the Tusk died to the Bane. Invoker kills off the Beastmaster, and now
And the
looking for that
Silencer.
Silencer, a double kill. Very nice fight.
great counter initiation.
It's a 3 for 2.
And yeah, Invoker is really near to his Orchid, and Queen of Pain will have a lot of problems.
And this is where the problem with the Wraith King comes out. Like
Yes.
having this team fight control and all of these stuns, as well as the mana burn coming out from the Invoker and the superior team fight. This Radiance isn't gonna do a lot.
It's not providing enough in the early stage of the game. You know, maybe it provides like 15% of miss, but in the early game, like the enemy team damages you with spells.
Yes, definitely. And most of that control means this Wraith King doesn't really have anything. Like
No
okay,
tools, no tools.
It'll disable Blink Daggers later on from the Slarda as well as the Earthshaker, so I'll give him that. Which makes it still a pretty good pickup, but he's gonna have to really make it work, and he's gonna have to really make sure that he gets enough farm with it and gets the correct items with the farm he will get from this.
Yeah, and the initiation on Beastmaster.
Yeah, Beastmaster on the bottom lane.
He has problems.
Amplify damage, Crush comes out, just a few right clicks from the Bane. He actually ends up getting blocked in by his own Tusk, who ends up getting blocked by a Fissure of his own. 2 kills going to the way of Fuzer.
Yeah, one by one they get picked off, and no, great actually rotations and counter ganks from Radiant team, from Fuzerin tiimi. Actually, I like what they do, and if you watch the graphs, now they are that even.
Yeah, so Gyrocopter momentarily just pushing in the middle lane, while the Queen of Pain takes a chunk out of the top tower. Slaughter does end up going. Has 1400 gold to his name, so he's looking to pick up that Blink Dagger in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, and Invoker has already his Orchid. Meanwhile, Queen of Pain is still without.
Yeah, Queen of Pain still looking. Oh, Queen of Pain actually has it as well in about 25 gold.
Yeah.
She just needs that one extra piece. But they're, like we said, just making sure that he breaks.
Yeah,
even with this
Beastmaster
Invoker.
dead. Now with the Orchid on Invoker, he can die. But Tuskar. Oh, they have a center ward.
They have a sentry, yes.
Yeah,
And they do manage to find him. Both the punch as well as the roar comes out. But this guy is so incredibly fast. Already has 3 points in Wex. Throws out the tornado. Has a stick ready. And there we have it. The Bane throws out the silence. Wanted to ultimate on the Wraith King. Ends up getting stunned. And couldn't run as the Beastmaster was also still too close. But they do end up saving that Invoker, who is so incredibly fast if he has Ghost Walk as well as Wex. Dust comes out from the Tusk, but it barely misses just because of the speed of this Invoker.
Yeah, and well, the damage output of Beastmaster and Tuskar, it's not quite enough.
Yeah, just those 2 heroes. It's mostly the spells, and after that they don't have the control.
Yeah, maybe something like, you know, it is Tuskar Silencer would do the job.
There we have it, an EMP on the bottom lane. Zoning call down coming up from the Gyrocopter, leaving this Wraith King alone without any mana, goes down again. Fisher comes out, just barely misses the Tusk, but the Fiend's Grip on the Silencer will secure that kill as well.
Oh, overcommitment.
Try and look to go mid and put on some pressure on this middle tower, just to force the TP back, as Team Fuzerin is ready to take this bottom tower.
Well, you know, Queen of Pain had a TP, and I don't know why she didn't commit into the fight when Beastmaster and Tuskar were going on Invoker, you know, and the fight was going like more time than they thought. She had like Orchid, Sonic Wave. I don't know why she didn't go in. I understand that she is like, she saw the Orchid on Invoker. No, she didn't, but...
So meanwhile, the Blink is already up on Slaughter. Invoker runs into the lane, already invis, waiting to scout out this Queen of Pain so the Slaughter can blink in.
But great
Queen
positioning.
of Pain is hiding inside the woods, just making sure that if there's any smoke, he'll break it and he'll see it. Does end up going to TP to bottom as they do find this Earthshaker. They're ready to go in, but they're just not fast enough. This Wraith King really slow, doesn't have anything to close the gap, but he does end up finding those stacks, and he's gonna take them all out with that Radiance. And there's nobody around to contest, but they're running in. There's a haste onto the Bane, 25 seconds left on the cooldown for his ultimate. Bottom tower does end up going down, and the Wraith King shows his face into 5 heroes, gets stunned. Sleep comes out, actually saves him for a bit, and this Slaughter is stuck with the Fissure as well as the Ice Shards. The roll comes in, Punch comes out, Cooldown comes out, Sonic Wave goes through, Invoker gets roared, ends up going down, Earthshaker also going down. A 3 for 2, the Wraith King is soon to come back. A 3 for 1 engagement turns into 4 for 1 with 1 buyback, a 5 for 1 engagement and a buyback for the Invoker, only losing the Tusk. And this Invoker gets chased by the Queen of Pain, who's looking for blood but doesn't end up chasing anymore.
You know why?
4k gold swing.
You know why the fight went so wrong for the Radiant team? Because Invoker had Electricity, a Invis spell, and a cooldown on his Invoke.
Yeah, and the problem was mostly that sleep.
Yeah, and the
made
sleep.
Sure that the Wraith King survived for just a bit too long.
So Invoker couldn't counter-initiate, and now the Roshan.
Yeah, now they're taking the Roshan. They have the board, they have the Sigil. They also have this Wraith King aura to make sure that they're all healthy.
Yeah.
They're not really taking that much damage. The Blink Dagger now being picked up by the Beastmaster after that fight. Tusk manages to find 1 extra ward. You take that one out, and the immortality goes to the Queen of Pain. After just dewarding, they instantly smoke up, and they're looking for someone in these woods because they know they've been stacking. They've actually seen this Earthshaker with the Hawk, and they find him. And meanwhile, Bane showed his face in the lane and is also going down. Another 2 kills. Godlike Queen of Pain now.
Well, you know, out of position is a big problem, and Queen of Pain going 10-1 to 4. Yeah, great performance by this guy.
Yeah,
And-
he's getting close to his Aghanim Scepter. He's only
But
600 gold away.
Tusk really committed to it a lot.
Yeah, Tusk was actually the reason why this Queen of
Yes.
Pain had such a good start. They're
Yes.
now taking out this tier 2. They're not ready to defend, as both Earthshaker as well as the Pain are still dead. An EMP comes out. The Crush misses because of the tornado, but they do pick up this Wraith King, who's dead for a full minute. TP gets cancelled. Queen of Pain is looking to rotate top.
I don't know. It's a it's a feed, man. It's just a feed, you know.
Yeah, that was not something you'd expect to see from
No.
someone. Like you know that the EMP is there.
And you know that you have no reincarnation, and you don't shift blink out where you TP.
Right, so they do show their face on the Gyrocopter. The Invoker saw it all happen, ends up TPing out himself. He was still looking to see if he was needed to build the Gyro out. Bane is just scouting out to see if there's any stacks left, just realizes that they're all gone. And the Earthshaker's trying to farm up Blink, but he's still ways away before he's gonna get that one.
Definitely. So yeah, the net graph a slight lead for Dire, 5,000 gold, and the Gyro is farming Ancients right now. Queen of Pain gets her Aghanim Scepter, and yeah, she should look through a BKB.
Yeah, what we see a lot from Queen of Pains these days is going for that Orchid and going straight into that BKB and
Yeah.
then getting an Assault Cuirass purely for the right click. Tusk shows his face up top, ends up going down. Silence comes out, but the only one they defended was the Queen of Pain, who was Nightmare. Gets stunned up. The Aegis goes down. Roar is also expended. Gyrocopter will end up going down, but not before throwing out his ultimate, which will in turn make sure that the Beastmaster goes down to the Pain's Fiend script. Another 4 for 2 engagement.
Great. They do everything really decently.
It's not a great swing. It's only about 1,600 gold because they are already ahead.
I mean how they take objectives, you know, like they do it right in the right timing. They know that the enemy team has Ancients, and they'll initiate right on in, knowing that Queen of Pain has Aegis and can go first.
Meanwhile, the Invoker shows his face on mid, just gets completely blown up because he tried to defend. Earthshaker TP's in, Sting comes
that is
out,
two.
another stun in a second, another right click. Wraith King also goes down. Gyrocopter actually buys back and tries to TP forward, but I don't know if it's even faster than running with those face boots. But the Wraith King is already gone as he did have that blink dagger. Slardar's looking to chase, throws out his blink, misses the crush. Wraith King just walks it off, blinks into the woods and TP's out, and Queen of Pain with a few blinks is already down in the bottom rune. 2k to his name after already picking up the Aghanim Scepter.
Great plays by the Dire. What can I say? Really great, great individual performances. They see a TP, they immediately both commit to it, make a kill on an Invoker, sorry, and they see the Earthshaker and immediately go on him. So yeah, nice reactions.
Yeah, so Gyro is trying to scout out any remaining stacks, doesn't find any, so goes to farm the bottom lane. Meanwhile, middle lane, it's the Silencer as well as the Tusk, looking to group up. A Force Staff as well as drums on the Silencer, very mobile, as the Tusk is picking up a mechanism. In top lane, Beastmaster already pushing out, has his Blink Dagger and is looking to build into that Aghanim Scepter as well, or he might even go for a Force Staff of his own. Queen of Pain, double damage rune bottled. They're really looking to take out this tower, and I don't think they'll have too many problems. The Invoker throws out his Tornado, scouts out that there are a few heroes and doesn't end up committing to anything. Queen of Pain pops the double damage, quickly takes out the tower. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter takes out the bottom rune. Slardar manages to dodge that gank by the Wraith King as he blinks in. But they do see this Earthshaker. They had vision. Wraith King is about to blink up. He doesn't end up committing to it as he thinks that the Earthshaker is long gone. And they're just grouping up for mid. Meanwhile, Gyro as well as the Slardar trying to push out bottom. Another another nice blink by the Slardar, dodging that stun by the Wraith King, who just TP'd to bottom. So they quelch the offensive and just have time to defend. Wraith King looking close to his BKB.
I'm really interested what will be the next item choice for Queen of Pain.
Yeah, she's looking at about 3k right now. Considering that the Wraith King just went BKB, she might end up going for that Assault Cuirass.
Or either BKB. If Wraith King did it, so maybe she will consider it too. Because you know she needs really the BKB.
Yeah, but the Wraith King needs some attack speed though.
Yes, he needs that. Definitely, he needs that. Well, but to that, if you watch Silencer, you know this guy has a lot of items for his support position, and Tusk is near his mech. Really great items by Dire team, and if you watch the net worth, Queen of Pain is ahead of Gyro and Invoker by
Invoker
4 or
just
5k.
gets blown up as well as the Earthshaker on the middle lane. Silence was committed as well as the Sonic Wave. Slardar just TP's out, and the Bane as well as the Gyro just making sure that the pressure is up top, making sure that the Dire cannot go and push, and they have to go back and defend. So they're keeping their lanes safe. They're keeping themselves in the game by making sure that they're not able to push objectives after taking such a fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Bane uses his Glimmer Cape to TP out as the Beastmaster picks up his Necronomicon. Queen of Pain still hasn't picked up any items, 4.5k in the bank. As the Silencer is looking to create a Shiva's Guard or a Lotus Orb.
So you think it actually, you know, if you have a Lotus Orb and for example a Bane will grip your teammate, can you put it off with the Lotus Orb?
Yes.
Oh.
It just instantly dispels it. And if you use it on yourself while the Bane grips, as soon as he grips you, then you grip him, and you'll end up being the one channeling the grip.
And you will not be able to move?
Yeah, you shouldn't move because then you cancel it.
Lol, well, that's that would be like funny to watch.
Like the funniest thing I've seen with the Lotus Orb was a Bloodseeker
Yes,
using his ultimate on an Enigma who has just used his Lotus Orb.
yes.
So he got the ultimate on himself, but meanwhile in base, a Spirit Breaker charged the Enigma, which caused the Enigma to also charge at the Spirit Breaker, which caused him to die from the Bloodseeker ultimate.
Oh my god. That's you know, that's paradox.
It's one of those things you'll never see.
No.
So again, Gyrocopter just pressuring that top lane, no TP, so a free tier 2 tower. I have no idea why they're giving this stuff away. Because there's no way out of this. Gyrocopter actually picks up a Demon Edge, 2.3k in the bank.
You know, they are probably like focusing on rush, and like if they take rush, they go just instant limit. And yeah, Beastmaster is initiated on.
Yeah, well, Beastmaster actually tried to defend and went for the defense himself. Ends up taking the damage, only survives on 28 HP.
And the
Meanwhile,
bottle
Slardar
saved
waiting.
him.
Found the Tusk. Tusk ends up going down. Wraith King is looking to take out the Earth Spirit, the Earthshaker. Stun comes out, Sonic Wave quickly hits him as well as the Bane. Queen of Pain just walks it off.
Oh, nice BKB by
comes out, so he doesn't end up losing all of his mana. Queen of Pain instantly blinks in again.
With the
Silence
haste.
comes out. BKB from the Gyro. Wraith King just won't survive this. Another 2 right clicks will end up giving a mega kill to the Bane. Ends up picking up that kill. Another scream. This Queen of Pain 14-1 with that haste rune, picking up the kill on Invoker once again.
demolishing the enemy team.
So Gyro does end up going for that Monkey King bar. Slardar ends up buying back. Queen of Pain actually going for an Octarine core, as it looks like. Just reducing the cooldown on that ultimate once more and making sure that he gets so much more health from that, making sure that she can actually sustain. these fights?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about the... Well, Octarine, of course, it's a great item, but...
It ends up throwing the cooldown to a measly 30 seconds.
Yes.
Because with the ultimate, the cooldown is only 40. Another 25% goes off of that, and it's a 30-second cooldown for a burst that does 470 pure damage.
It's like a EMP of Invoker.
It's 555 pure damage going out every 30 seconds.
It's a lot. And it heals you.
Yeah, it heals for about 160 for every hero hit as well.
Yeah. So, Queen of Pain looking big this game, and
yeah, but they're looking to get her. They're
and
looking to get that
she has a haste.
tasty bounty as she just gets chain stunned. Gyrocopter picks up the Beyond Godlife for another 1k. They immediately smoke up and want to run into that pit because they're expecting them to already be done with that.
man, it's 2000 gold and 2800 experience.
Smoke hasn't broken yet, actually. As the Beastmaster just blinks out, ward gets placed on the high ground. And they're just looking for someone as everyone's just waiting on the high ground, waiting for smokes to break so they can quickly escape. Tusk, whoa, gets 4-stab, but that's not the way he wants to go. Ends up having to throw out his mag.
And he has a snowball.
Down with another 2 right clicks.
He had a snowball. Could survive, maybe. Well, yeah, the Russian is for probably Radiant. I don't see Queen of Pain. Oh, Queen of Pain has no buyback, so yeah, it's definitely Radiant Russian.
I'm just gonna quickly have to check, because I heard that there was some problem with the stream, so I'm gonna have to quickly check.
Do it. Do it. Well, Radiant
As
gets...
someone told me that there was nothing on the channel, so I'll quickly tab out.
Yeah, do it, I'll take the comments. So yeah, Radiant gets the Roshan, and Rice King picks up a Millstorm and tries to initiate an Earthshaker, but fails. Earthshaker has his Blink Dagger already and dodges the stun with the Blink. And we see the Beastmaster going into Necronomicon 3. Queen of Pain with 1000 gold haste activated, with Silencer and Beastmaster are going into the enemy jungle. The Hawk scouts Bane, and yeah, Bane gets initiated on. A roar on Gyro, but the Dire team just goes back. Beastmaster survives, and yeah, a great jump echo by Earthshaker, but there was no follow-up. Now Earthshaker dies, Gyro goes onto the Quap. And yeah, now the Radiant team is in problems. Bane buys back.
This Wraith King is just taking too much damage, dies again.
Yes.
Gyrocopter meanwhile survived all of that. Queen of Pain ends up going down, a well exchange as the Gyro just pops his Aegis. A really nice engage. I'm sorry I missed half of it, but I did clip a lot. The buyback was used by the Bane.
Overextension.
It's still a 3k gold swing, and
man, it's a 5k experience
and the
swing.
quick smoke, they're looking to find this Beastmaster. He's expecting this gank, throw it out of this Hawk, but like the smoke will make sure that they can close the gap. If they do manage to find him, they will end up pressuring that top tower, or at least the middle one. They're running into the woods, but they'll quickly notice that the Beastmaster is actually on top. A quick ping shows them where he is, and they'll quickly rotate. They're actually opting to go through the low ground with the Bane. He will end up sleeping him, most likely, unless he gets the Blink. Blink comes forward from the Slaughter and actually clips him, making sure that they get the kill. Beastmaster also going down. So a very nice switch. If you take a look at the gold graphs, you can see from a 14k deficit, it's only down to 6k right now. So very nice swing, and the experience actually going from about 13,000 almost leading to 0. So XP now basically even. Invoker almost picking up that Black King bar, and this Octarine core just not paying off for this Queen of Pain. Only has 10 armor actually, so it's now picks up a plate mill just as I said it, making sure that she has 20, but with that amplified level 3 she'll still end up with none. and will still go down quickly to the right clicks from this gyrocopter, who now has 3.4k in his bank, on top of that Monkey King bar, but the blank King bar already down to 6 seconds duration. Meanwhile, in the woods, they found the Wraith King again. Ultimate gets popped. Oh, very nice timing from the blast. Actually pushes him up to the high ground, but he doesn't take any damage. So can quickly break, jump down, and take out the Earthshaker. A nice call down with the flat cannon will take out every single thing in sight. Beastmaster as well as the Wraith King going down. Queen of Pain jumping in, throwing out everything. Doesn't pick up a kill, ends up getting sleep. A very nice exchange. Meanwhile, the Invoker actually went down to the dagger of the Queen of Pain. And still a nice exchange. Fuser still coming out on top. As the pressure is still on Team Booster to defend.
And yeah, well, the game is now practically even.
Yeah, it all comes down to those engagements. Like they were ahead, they were down about 14,000 gold, but every time they tried to go, the gyrocopter was really aggressive with his pushing.
Yes.
He knew exactly where the heroes were, he knew exactly how long he could last, and just made sure that they couldn't take any objectives.
Yeah, and well, who is stronger in the late game?
With the current build-up from the Wraith King having a Blink as well as a Radiance, Team Fuser just is a lot stronger. They have the control with the Bane, with the Slaughter, the Echo Slam as well as that Invoker. I really love the amount of control they have over that Wraith King and over the Tusk. The only thing that can get them is the Silence. So Silence actually did manage to pick up that Lotus Orb. I haven't seen it in action really. But the build-up, the item build-up from the Queen of Pain and the Wraith King really makes it a lot harder for them to be able to do something in this later game.
The lack of right click, and yes, Larzer is near his assault cuirass, so it will make it even harder. And you know, Earthshaker with his Blink Dagger, Bane with the Solar Crest. Well,
I'm not even sure if he needs to go for that assault cuirass. He might just pick up that shard, just to make sure he can get all those right clicks off, all those bashes, and make sure that he can just keep either the Wraith King or the Queen of Pain locked down just by right clicking. Meanwhile, the Gyrocopter actually found the money to pick up his Satanic, so he's looking quite healthy.
And you know, with the Slardor's ultimate, it's looking scary. This gyro will hit hard.
Yeah, the highest amount of armor on the enemy.
And Queen of Pain goes.
Queen of Pain just gets right clicked,
and
followed
yeah,
by the Slaughter. But yeah, the highest amount is there's about 21 on the Queen of Pain, and there's 21 on the Silent. That's the highest amount of armor they have in their team. And Amplify Damage removes 20 of that.
Yes. And there was no right clicking Invoker, you know.
Yeah, no, like this Invoker doesn't need any right click items. He just needs attack speed to rip through it.
Electricity works fine for him, I think, at this moment.
Exactly. Electricity on Bane actually gets glimmered up, throws out the ward, and could get the
Queen of Pain again.
Trip comes out, Silence is there to cancel it. Slardar just starts right clicking it as the cooldown comes down with the tornado. Queen of Pain's scream comes out, but this Tusk is already gone. Wraith King is trying to get this Slardar, but he's too fast. Meanwhile, on the back line, Earthshaker trying to get rid of this silencer, but the Wraith King goes down. Another well-timed blast, making sure the Wraith King cannot right-click anyone. Does end up taking the kill with this stun, but the silencer doing quite a bit of right-click. Invoker just running away. A 4-for-3 engagement. Oh, he's actually standing right on top of this sentry, and is now out of it and should be able to survive if he doesn't get too close.
And the silencer, so much right-click damage dealt in this fight.
He did a lot with those pure damage coming out from that Glaive of Wisdom. Doesn't even have one level in Curse of the Silent. The rest is all in stats. Making sure he has over 160 intellect already. 48 stolen intellect.
That's a lot of damage. Pure damage, man. Pure damage. And all of the armor of Gyro just collapses.
Yeah, the pure damage doesn't... You can have 22 armor, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah,
the Gyrocopter has 3200 gold. Like, he's gonna get big, and he's gonna get big fast, and his items are gonna be more impactful than anything that this Queen of Pain will pick up.
He should get the butterfly.
Queen of Pain now actually going for the Assault Cuirass, as the Wraith King is still looking to build something. He might just actually go for that Mjolnir. But yeah, like you said, the Butterfly should be the next pickup for this Gyrocopter. Force them into buying yet another big item. Force them to spending another 5,000 gold. Meanwhile, this Beastmaster is looking to reclaim the map. As you can see, the vision is very much in favor of the Dire. They have about 5 wards up, they have the gem in their hands, and they even have the Hawk flying around. But yeah, Team Fuser just make it work. They have a smoke ready in this courier. They're going to be looking to pick someone off and make sure that they can get another good engagement. So the smoke comes out. Invoker will lead the way with his Ghost Walks, because if it breaks, he'll still be invisible as long as they don't run into that Beastmaster with the gem.
Yeah,
oh, wait,
and
it's actually now on the Silencer.
And Invoker, well, okay, on this stages of the game, when you go like Invis for initiation, you should use a other spell than Cold Snap, you know. The Cold Snap should be the follow-up. You know, the Ice Wall, the Tornado, the Blast should be the starting spell.
Queen of Pain will end up...
Oh, 2 smokes!
Smoke, and they're gonna be running into each other. Gyrocopter gets silenced, gets roared, but he'll just end up throwing out his cooldown in a second, gets punched up.
Queen of Pain dies.
Really care. Bane actually went down, as well as the Queen of Pain. Earthshaker's about to go down, but the amount of right-click from the Slardar and the control, another Fissure coming out, Tornado coming out, making sure this Wraith King can't follow him. BKB comes out. 2 for 1 engagement. Meanwhile, Gyrocopter's on the back line, just TP's out as he's pretty much isolated from the rest of his team. Slardar actually looking for more, but doesn't end up committing any more. So even though it was a 2 for 2, as the Wraith King died once and came back, so basically a 2 for 1 as the ulti was just used, it was still a good exchange, losing only 2 of your supports for that core Queen of Pain, who's still dead for another 50 seconds. So they will try and force out that buyback most likely.
And she has no buyback. The main problem is...
Oh yeah, she actually doesn't. There's actually no buyback coming out from the Dire side. So they're looking to rotate towards bottom, checking that Roche pit, who is merely seconds away at the time they were checking it. The Hawk comes out, tries to scout things out, gets pinged out, and should be quickly taken care of. I'd even say should be dominated, but unfortunately that's no longer an option.
Invoker did scout Wraith King, and yeah, they don't commit to it. They are aiming for Roshan, but it's a tricky one now. There is no global silence, so it's a tricky Roshan.
Yeah, the global silence is still down for about 30 seconds. They do ping out the Roshans, and most likely throw out the shards to scout in a second. Now it's actually the Sigil as well as the Bird. And they decide, well, we're just gonna roll in from the side. There's no Radiant Fissure except for this well-timed Sunstrike. They now know that it's going on, but Roshan's dropping fast and he does have the cheese. He should have to throw out a Tornado right about now. Actually,
and there's Shaker, his game.
The Earthshaker makes the $6 million Echo Slam, but it's not as effective. The Silent comes out, but the cooldown was dropped. Gyrocopter had his BKB popped, had the flat cannon, starts right-clicking away. Silent's waiting in the pit, ready to get smashed by this Roshan if he's not too careful. Actually gets found out by this Gyrocopter. One right-click, Gyrocopter quickly turns as the Wraith King was mostly controlled. Gyrocopter just manning it up, but we'll need some extra control of this Wraith King, but he will end up going down.
And Slardar kills Squab.
Slardar kills the Queen of Pain. And it's just the Beastmaster left.
You know, the
buyback had to come out from the Slardar, but all in all, it's worth it.
It's worth.
They take the cheese, or does he?
And they take the Beastmaster.
The cheese was still on the floor, didn't actually get the knife or picked up by the Beastmaster there.
And look at Gyro's gold, man.
The gem now also picked up by the Slardar. The Gyrocopter, as you say, now holding 7k.
And you know what comes right now with the ages.
Yeah, this is just... you don't want to give him the option for the rank. Although, it is something that we've seen Team Fuzerin do. I think... Oh no, it was actually Out of Milk that used the Rapier on their Gyro, but they end up losing it to to Team Fuzerin. Meanwhile, Slardar just pounding away at that middle tower. Already up against to 1700 gold, trying to force any buybacks, but only the Silencer currently has one, but he respawns in about 3 seconds. Gyrocopter pushing down the bottom lane as well.
And actually this Gyro last fight did like almost half the damage his team dealt,
Yeah,
even with
really
the
had-
echoes.
They really had a nice setup. They were all stuck in there. Like the silence came out, but the cooldown was already used. They were all trapped inside the pit, and he was just using his flak cannon to rip through them all. He now has his full butterfly as well, still 3k in the bank. A 4-staff now picked up by the Earthshaker, and this Slardar, I think he's gonna have to. I think he'll purchase this shard, although he
You
might
think?
still look to actually make that assault crest
I
himself.
think Assault Cuirass will be more viable now.
Yeah, as the Queen of Pain picked one up himself just to counter theirs by picking up one of your own. Gyrocopter on the high ground, just right-clicking away, gets stunned.
Yeah,
Ult
he
comes
gets
out,
Aegis,
they
no
throw
problem.
out everything, but he's gonna come back in a few seconds. And this Invoker is just ready with the control, as well as the Earthshaker throws out the Vision in just the zone. BKB gets popped, as well as the Glimmer Cape, and they just backpedal. They go back. They don't want to take anything.
Global is available.
Global is available. They're really going in. There's a lot of control going
Oh,
on.
now that's a problem.
And the Gyrocopter just starts
Man.
right-clicking. An amazing Echo Slam. The silence isn't there. The Earthshaker going down. This Wraith King giving his life for the Slardar will end up silenced and will not be able to throw out the stun and buyback from the silencer just to ensure that he was able to do that. Cheese was still on the Gyrocopter, has it, does end up using this, and he also still has that Satanic. There's no way they're killing him. Wraith King actually down on the sideline for about 95 seconds. A bit of a hectic fight, and there was so much going on, I just couldn't tell you everything.
Yes, but you know, the main thing was like, okay, so they go on you, the Dire team.
As you can see, there's now actually a rocket flying back the way of the Gyrocopter.
Yes,
As soon as when the rocket actually hit, there was a Lotus ARP going off. So this is a maximum duration
Lol.
rocket flying back.
So yeah, about the last fight, it was like the Dire team was counter-initiating on the Radiant team, cause like the BKB and the Aegis was used on Gyro, and they just run into a cooldown, and Earthshaker just immediately counters and goes in on the silencer, which provides silencer not to pop the global in time, and that's why the problems were going.
The stuns coming out from the Earthshaker and Slardar blinking into that second engagement by the Dire team, making sure they controlled and making sure that the silencer actually had to buy back to make sure that he
Yes.
could ultimate. Otherwise, that Slardar would have gotten away as well. And the Gyrocopter, having popped his Aegis, got pulled to cheese. So he just ended up standing there, didn't get
Yes,
poked at all.
like
had
a
the
rock.
cheese as well as the Satanic, just using that flak cannon as well as that ultimate to perfection, taking out a lot of the heroes. Now has 4K to his name again. Currently has the gem in his inventory. I'm just wondering what he'll pick up.
Well, Queen of Pain really looks good with the 4K. It should be a right-click item, or
It should be a BKB.
and the BKB well, it's BKB only viable now.
The problem is though that with the BKB, as soon as that comes out, I really think that Slardar should go for that Moon Shard, purely because the bash still goes through BKB.
Yes.
And having all that attack speed, that lockdown.
And he has
surely-
the money, you know.
Yeah, he has the money, but he's still looking most likely into that Assault Cuirass, although I think that the Moon Shard is the better choice. But we'll have to see what he ends up going for.
And well, Queen of Pain now, like with the Octarine core and the Aghanim's, okay, in the ultra late game you need to sell something, or Aghanim's or Octarine core. It gives you no right click. You need even the hex. You need the hex. You know, you need the hex and the damage item. So yeah.
Yeah, the Octarine core with the Aghanim Scepter just isn't cutting it. They're actually going to smoke up now. Might have been slightly scouted. A ping comes out for them to be careful. They've drawn lines. and they're gonna meet in these woods. Earthshake will probably end up going towards top to make sure
And
that he breaks the smoke first.
Position-wise,
And there we
Radiant.
go, smoke gets broken, Blink comes out, only gets slaughtered up, but he gets Glimmer caped up, Silence comes out, but there's no one near. Kaldan comes down, runs at the Silencer. Gyrocopter ends up... Bane actually looking for a target.
It's looking bad for Radiant.
Anything. Yeah, they're really scrambling to find anything in this fight. A quick sentry drop makes sure that they can kill the Bane.
So
Two
yeah,
figures.
Slaughter got initiated in, and Earthshaker, instead of like going in on that Red King and Tusk with the echoes and so on, blinked and used his force stuff, and then he got blinked with the Red King, and yeah, no chance to do something.
Yeah, but still, they take out 2 heroes, they take out 2 supports for a smoke, and they're not getting an objective. Roshan isn't up, they had to come back top to defend, all the lanes aren't pushed in, like they're not really finding anything. The smoke was nice, the kills were nice, but the time was just off as they didn't have anything
Yes.
afterwards. And like Radiant is fine with this, losing 2 supports, having a smoke on cooldown for the enemy team, and they're not able to do anything with it anyway.
And I watched this Silencer with the ultimate orb, and man, he will look scary in the late game.
Yeah, he's already up to
He's
190.
almost net worth wise as Invoker.
Quickly, yeah, he's looking pretty sharp. Well, he's just ahead of the Slaughter. But yeah, he has 190 intellect. 90% of that will be pure, so he does about 170 damage, pure damage per hit, on top of his right click, which is already 200. So he'll be looking into that hacks for some extra control.
Yeah, and MKB on co-op, but no buyback. Well, I don't know.
Meanwhile, the Wraith King did end up finishing that Mjolnir, and now is a plate mill looking to find
Assault.
what looks
no.
to be an AC. So
But why if co-op has the AC, or
Yeah,
she will sell it?
it will most likely be the Quap who ends up selling it then. Because I don't think it's a good idea to get that extra plate
Same.
mill. 'Cause
Well,
the other things you can make with it
Shivas?
is Shiva's Guard or
well,
Lotus Orb.
it could be viable because of the Invoker's Banes, you know. And you can kite with it. No, well, slow, you will give your opponent's team a attack speed slow, so maybe it's viable.
So they're looking to smoke up again. They're gathering in the base underneath their tower. They smoke up again. and they're gonna
Watch
run.
Gyro, watch Gyro's item.
Oh, Gyro has the relic.
Yep, you know what goes now.
I'd assume he just keeps the relic and just because it's a pretty high damage item. It's just 60 damage.
Well, you can make a Abyssal Blade.
He can make an Abyssal Blade, indeed, just to make sure that he can stun anyone that is in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They'll quickly take out the Roshan now. So that's the trade-off they're willing to
And
make.
no slots for Aegis and Cheese. Oh,
Queen of Pain ends up taking the Aegis,
dropping boots.
and they're all smoked up on the high ground, waiting for anyone to get out. Invoker ready to pounce. Ends up throwing out the tornado. Only finds him.
Oh, nice.
Two-man
Nice.
rush as well as the two-man echo. Silence came out too late as the Gyrocopter was already thrown out his cooldown. Uses PKB, will have to pop the Satanic. Hopes to not get stunned. Takes out the Aegis of both the Wraith King and the Queen of Pain, but is now left to his own devices. Wraith King is just right-clicking away. Roar comes out. Gyrocopter's just standing there. There's nothing to defend. Ends up getting sleep, so the Wraith King has to pop it. Invoker ends up running buyback from the Gyrocopter. Quick TP in with BOTs is already there. But the Invoker goes down. He does end up still committing to this fight as on the backline Bane manages to sleep the Beastmaster. And this Earthshake is ready to block this Wraith King out
Great
from
block.
the rest of his team. Gyrocopter will secure this kill as long as he doesn't get killed. Tusk comes out, another zoning call down. Tusk wants this Bane but doesn't get it. Gyrocopter, very nice buyback, getting another few key kills just to make sure it's worth it. And it's just the Beastmaster running away with his tail between his legs.
And yeah, a great place by Bane Elemental. A really, really great place. He distracted the enemy team with the sorry, how's it's called, with the Nightmare. So gave A Enfeeble and make sure that Gyro is 101 on with Wraith King. So yeah, really decent plays by Bane.
So Out of Milk actually made it out there towards the finals yet again.
Oh,
And they will be looking to go off in a best of 3 against whoever will win this game. It's already a 56-minute game with no racks being claimed, not even the tier 3, as well as like 4 or 5 Roshans. I think it's 4.
4, yes, 4. And yeah, Gyro leading the net worth with 29k. Oh, and followed by Quop 27, Wraith King 22, Invoker 16. So.
But this silencer, like, he's really close to his hex, and he'll end up being a very big nuisance.
And yeah, Invoker really dropped off a lot. And item-wise, well, I see a point booster on Invoker, but I don't see now a Aghanim Scepter in like Invoker stash. Maybe a Hex throughout the game would be better than the Aghanims on him now.
Yeah, he's had this this point booster for a while. He might, like, I thought he might have ended up using it to go into the Scotty just to slow the attack
Yeah,
speed of
it
the
could
Wraith
be.
a bit and make sure he can kite a bit. But for now, it's still that point booster. There's nothing to it. Earthshaker now picked up 2k. Slaughter did end up going for that Assault Cuirass.
So yeah, Gyro. Really the hero for the Radiant team.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Gyro, you cannot drop your Black King bar and buy a new one. That's been fixed many a patch ago, but
yes.
before that you could actually just drop it, buy a new one, have the 10 seconds again. It was something to do after you were already 10 slotted, after you were already 6 slotted. The other thing to do is basically make sure that you buy a refresher orb and drop it in the base, so in case you buy back you can refresh everything, including your BOTs.
Well, he has like 45 seconds on the cooldown, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it's mostly like if you TP in aggressively, you push, you die, you
Yes,
buy back,
yes,
you
yes.
refresh everything and just go again.
Well, upgrade the travel boots and
yeah.
refresher maybe. Да.
So the Queen of Pain is now currently 2.3k gold. Don't know what she's going to be building into. Wraith King also has 2.7k. Hex now finished up on the Silencer. Beastmaster has his level 3 Necronomicon as well as the Blink. There's not really much more to it. And the Tusk is looking to build Guardian Greaves, as it looks like. Bird gets scattered out, instantly taken care of. Quickly runs away with the Ghost Walk, as you never know who's close.
And yeah, I don't know. I think Wraith King needs to buy an item. Needs to get this Shivas. It will give him the chance to reincarnate and
Now the Wraith King needs a Basher.
and a Basher. Then a Basher.
Like he now has the attack speed. He now needs the Basher because if he doesn't control the Gyrocopter when he's low, like you can get the Gyrocopter. If you peek beast too soon, you can get him low and you can kill. Like,
But the butterfly plays the game now.
It still does, yeah.
So well, okay, you get a Basher, but the mischance it's risky. It's really risky.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you do get the control. Like
Yes,
if
yes.
you get the bash when he's trying to satanic, you do cripple his regen quite a bit.
Well, for these things, Beastmaster should like wait
And
Wait
it's actually
off
Gyrocopter
the
with
gyro.
Basher, and now the fully completed abyssal blade now done by the Gyrocopter, making sure that he can control that Wraith King when he pops his beacon.
and yeah, The Radiant. I like actually the builds and the item decisions on Radiant.
Visibility by the Queen of Pain was actually scouted out by the Invoker, who throws out everything, but now has to run as the entire team comes
Queen
out.
of Pain is
Quick
too tanky.
force staff. Quick ping out because he actually did see that that bird up there, but they don't want to stick around to kill it
Yes.
for now.
Well, yeah, Invoker now, like, he really forced the mid, and how he scaled, you know, in the mid game 20 minutes, like with the Orchid faster than Queen of Pain, did fall off a lot in this game. Mainly because of Silencer.
Yeah, the Silencer was really being an ass to this Invoker.
Yes.
Like, he was really targeted by most of their ganks. As well as the Queen of Pain just picking up a lot more kills.
Yeah, and you know, instead of the 4 stuff, L Scepter would be a lot better.
The Eel Scepter would have been a very nice pickup.
Yes.
I do love the 4 staffs. Like making sure that you can 4 staff your way out of the ice shards, something you can use when you're silenced, something you can use on your friends when they're stunned or when they're locked in. I just really love the item against this matchup.
Well, after the Orchid, I would go for the Eels, then maybe BKB or Hex or 4 stuff, something like that. Cause well, the 4 stuff Orchid didn't do so much, cause you know, you get the global and then you wait, and so on.
Yeah, but it's mostly for the control.
Yes.
So making sure that if you can get that Orchid off on the Silencer, he cannot do anything. At this point he can still Hex, but like at that point he couldn't. You'd have some time to make sure that you can get at least all your ultis down, you can get the crush
At
off.
this point, Silencer can solo kill Invoker.
Definitely.
Because, you know, they are equal. A support Silencer is equal net worth with the opponent's mid laner.
Yeah, they're pretty much all in on this Jaro, and it's gonna need to pay off, or they need to go even later in the game and have this Slardar transition.
Yeah, Slardar, and then you get the Earthshaker, maybe with decent, maybe with a BKB, so he will not.
The thing is, if this Slardar gets big enough, like if this Slardar manages to farm up another 4k,
yeah,
and
he's a beast. He's a beast.
Like if he gets another 1.4k, gets that Moon Shard, he can basically kill any of the other heroes.
He's a beast.
He can just jump one person and just bash him, purely because of the attack speed. And the fact that they don't have that much armor still.
Yeah, MKB, man, MKB and Daedalus, man. And you're just raping parts
like
of...
the Silencer has 30 armor at best if he's in range for that Assault Cuirass.
Yes.
And the Queen of Pain has 27. And you just take out 20 of them and you end up with 10 and 7 armor. That's nothing.
And Wrath King has 11.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, there we go, the blink in from the Slardar. Echo Slam, everything's committed, trying to get that Queen of Pain, but they couldn't get enough dashes. So the Earthshaker ends up going down, the Roar comes out on the Slardar.
Oh, great for stuff. And Gyro counter initiates.
And there we go, Gyrocopter just starts railing in those hits. They will end up blinking back. Blink forward actually by the Queen of Pain, who ends up dying and buying back. Gyrocopter's just standing there, throws out his Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter uses his Satanic, was actually targeted by that Lotus Orb, so the roll, actually after that, he was safe inside that snowball of his own. The rest of his team ends up dying, but he's still fighting here in the backlines. And I actually missed where he went. I actually managed to TP out.
So he went into the woods, the Dire team focused on Slardar, and Gyro managed to TP out.
Yeah, so in that exchange there were no winners, every team lost money.
And the main problem, Quop did use buyback. But they get Rosh.
They had to use buyback, they had to get the Rosh. They get yet another Aegis and another cheese. This Silencer is going to be proven to be quite a pain, as the Monkey King Bar is also picked up by the Wraith King, who now also has 3k to his name. So I'm looking for him to also pick up that Moon Shard at some point and maybe just eat it and keep that slot.
Well, Quop sold the Orchid.
Yeah, end up selling the Orchid. BOT's 2 now up on the gyrocopter. It's a long game. It's a very long game.
Yeah, and now Gyro should initiate with Slardar, because when Silencer reacts with the global, you have a BKB on Slardar, and after the silence you can initiate with Earthshaker. And Gyro has a buyback and is full slotted.
Yeah, this is all going to come down to 1 or 2 fights, and who has the buybacks, who gets the upper hand. It's going to be a very close game, and I'm not surprised that this goes to about 80 minutes even.
Yeah, it can be the longest game that we casted. So yeah, Silencer with the cheese and has on his hands 2.4k. Quob gets interesting Shivas.
So Shivas, yeah, already ready for the quad. The smoke up right in the middle of the lane. They're looking for something, placing some aggressive wards. They still have the jam on the Beastmaster, so they know anything that's going on. The Hawk will actually go out first. It will end up breaking, so they know that they're there. They see the Invoker, a quick roar, but the Tornado, a very nice reaction, very nice. Wow, the Crush as well as the Echo Slam just takes out 3 people. And the Silencers has to run from the Slardar, who ends up going after him. 1, 2 more right clicks, has to pop the cheese, but wow, that damage coming out. Wraith King ends up going down. This gives Gyrocopter the option to help the Silencer. It's 3-man going down. Off the back of that wonderful Tornado, the reaction was
great.
Immaculate, and they were all there. And they were all ready to get that Crush, to get that Echo Slam. The cooldown was already there. Amazing play, like the reaction with that Invoker, that Tornado just salvaged the game for them, because if they died there, they were already next to their base. They would have lost at least 1 set of racks. I don't think they could have able to actually survive that later on, but
yeah, that was definitely a highlight.
It's all speculation. This is definitely something for the highlights indeed. Forcing a buyback off the Beastmaster.
Invoker, great place.
Now another, oh yeah, the Invoker actually finds the Queen of Pain.
Really fantastic place by Invoker, and immediate TP to mid, and this is Rex.
Tusk comes back. It's a 3-man defense with the quad being down for 110 seconds. The right click from this Gyrocopter, he actually ate a Moon Shard just before that fight, so he does have quite a bit of right click, quite a bit of right click speed. Slardar also up to 4k. Wouldn't be surprised if he went out to buy a Moon Shard really quickly after they take this set of racks. You can just hear the sounds. It's amazing.
So yeah, Gyro without Alacrity on him has 400 damage, and in 1 second he deals 2 attacks. So in 1 second he gives
even without Alacrity, he currently has over 2 attacks per second.
Yeah, and
very nice Tornado. The punch actually going up.
And great counter initiation.
Wow. There's this amazing play. This is game.
Yes.
There's no way they're coming back from this. The BKBs come out. They're just controlling this Wraith King. Dead for 100 seconds. Both the Silencer, the Beastmaster, and now the Wraith King as well. GG comes out. 68 minutes. Amazing plays. Ends up being salvaged by this Invoker.
Yeah, fantastic game.
That means we can get both of our winners from the first as well as the second installation of this weekly esports tournament for this third finals, the best of 3. Again, Fuzerin tiimi going up against Out of Milk in a best of 3, coming at you soon. I will be creating the lobby in just a second, and we'll take a small break because I am getting a bit of a dry throat, and I'm expecting the players to want to have a small break after this match.
Yeah, they should a little bit rest. And yeah, stay tuned, boys.